Hey, what's up, YouTube? It's Monday, June 22nd, 2015. This is ProofWLSWorks, and I'm your Monday Vlogger B. Now, this week's topic has got to do with one of my favorite topics. You guys know it, fitness. Let me read it to you. It says, what moves you? What and how do you get moving when you have not been moving? How do you get started with regular exercise? How did you get started with regular exercise? Pardon me. How did you get consistent? What keeps you consistent? Have you ever been stopped by injury or lack of motivation? If so, how did you get back into it? What is your secret to getting and staying active? All right, here we go. So, you know what? I'm just going to start. I'm not even going to read this in order. I'm just going to start at the beginning. When we get to the end, I'm going to stop. So, fitness, getting moving, staying moving, getting motivated, injuries, and the latter. Well, we all know, whether we do it or not, that on-purpose movement is the key to weight loss. You can do all this other stuff. You can eat right, you can drink right, you can do all your vitamins and do all the stuff you're supposed to do, but if you don't move, the scale's not going to move. That's the bottom line, period. Now, for me personally, I grew up very, very active. I was in every sport imaginable. I studied kinesiology in college. I knew how to work out. I knew what to do. I just had a problem with my intake. Right? I ate way too much. So for me, it wasn't a matter of finding something to do. It was finding something to do that I wanted to do. I tried everything. When you're losing weight, cardio is probably the key. Yeah, you got to build some muscle mass, and you should cross-train at the very least. I'm not a big fan of serious, heavy weightlifting, if you're trying to lose weight. You do need to build muscle mass to lose weight, and this isn't a discussion on that type of fitness philosophy. We're talking about motivation. But for me, it was really about finding something that I wanted to do. At first, it was running. I was motivated by Wendy. I was motivated by, a lot of people that ran. And, it was like, wow, running. I'm going to go run because that's what all the cool kids are doing. And, I'd never done it before. Not just to go run. I run at football and basketball and baseball practice, but not just to, hop out on the street, turn on my Nike Plus and take off. And it was new to me, so it was fun. I was hard at first because I was really overweight and I was not very physically fit, and it's tough, when you got 300 plus pounds and you're trying to move it, it wasn't easy. Couch to 5K really helped. For those of you guys that don't know what Couch to 5K is, we throw that around a lot like everybody knows what it is, but it's a running program that's designed to take you from no running experience whatsoever to being able to run a full 5K. And maybe not a 5K, it's actually designed to get you to run for 34 minutes, which should, at an average running pace, be about 5K. So they call it Couch to 5K. And it starts out really simple. You run for 30 seconds, you walk for 90 seconds, and you go back and forth for 35 minutes. And then they step you up and up and up and up every week. It's like a 9 or 12-week program. But anyway, that's how I got started running. And I was so excited to be able to go out and just run 3 miles at the drop of a hat that I did it. I did it all the time. I did it every day. And that's kind of how I got consistent, is that program. They tell you do things long enough, they become habit. And it was really habit forming for me, is going out and running every day. Goals really helped too. I wanted to run a 5K for my birthday, and I did. And that kept me motivated as well. And finding that motivation was probably the key. Having those goals for me was the key to being consistent when it came to running. And then I kind of got on this kick where I wanted to run more, Again, I'm going to use Wendy as an example. She was a big part of my fitness motivation. She was talking about running halves and full marathons, and this is before she started running tries, or doing tries. But, I said, I can put some distance on. Let's see how far I can run. So I started stepping it up, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 miles. And I'm like, man, this is cool. I can do this. And I was living in Las Vegas at the time. And it was 112 degrees. I remember like it was yesterday. It was 112 degrees. It was 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I had just run my longest ever run. I ran 7.5 miles. It took me an hour and 15 minutes, I think. Something like that. It's like an hour and 15 minutes. Running down Flamingo Boulevard. And I got done, and I got to my apartment, and I got in the shower. I was like, man, I was running for an hour and 15 minutes. I don't ever want to do that again. It was the most boring thing I'd ever done in my entire life. I felt really good running for, an hour and 18 minutes and running 7.5 miles, but God, it was boring. I hated it. And at that moment, I was no longer a runner. And I thought I was a runner, Doc. I mean, I put videos on YouTube about how much I love running, and I was so happy. And when I did that, I said I had no desire to run a half marathon or anything else after that. And as sad as that is, that was it. I had to find something else to do. So I did. I got into cross training and boot camp. And that's when I got into CrossFit. And so I started CrossFitting. And CrossFitting was fun. I'm still hooked on CrossFit. And that's been, maybe 4.5 years. It's been a while. So I'm a firm believer that cross training is for me. Boot camps, CrossFit, that's the type of workout that I like. If you don't know what that is, well, maybe I'll talk about that another day. But anyway, so for me, staying motivated to work out it's been critical that I find something that I like to do. Running was no longer the fitness activity for me because I didn't like to do it anymore. I realized that it was pointless for me to try to run any kind of distance. Not that I don't run, because I enjoy running, but I'm not a runner. Like I said, I have no desire to run a half marathon anymore. I have no desire to run a full marathon. I thought I wanted to run. It was kind of funny. We talked about running this great race across the desert. It's like a 250K 8-day race or some shit like that. I don't want to do that anymore. Running's not for me. Running's important because you need that cardiovascular endurance, and you can't get it any other way. Running is the best way to do it, and so I run, but I'm not running 5, 6, 7 miles anymore. I'm running 2, 3 miles at the most. But anyway, CrossFit, cross training, boot camp, those are the kinds of things that I like to do because they're different every day. They keep me motivated. I get that cardiovascular workout, and I get some strength training in as well. And it's fun because it's a group environment. So, for me, the key has been finding activities that are fun and that I enjoy doing. And that's how I stay consistent. I started to digress. And that's how I stay consistent, is keeping it fun and keeping it enjoyable and just doing it. Once it becomes habit, it's easy. It's getting it to become habit. And sometimes you just got to dig down and just do it. Get your butt out of bed and go do it, even though you don't want to do it. Injuries. I'm reading through this list here. There's been a few times that injuries have set me back. One time I had planters for a while, and that was tough. That was while I was running, and that was really depressing for me because that was at the height of my running. That was at the height of my running career. I guess I'll put it to you like that. And I had plantar fasciitis, and it was bad. I was in a boot for weeks. They wanted to have surgery. There's 10,000 things that were going wrong, and the whole time the doctors told me, yeah, you can't run. You can't do anything. I don't even want you walking, and I had to walk, obviously, but they put me in an air cast. And it was tough, because I wanted to run then. I that's when I was hungry for it, and it was bad. And the thing is that, I'm really kind of headstrong about things like that. When that happened to me, when he told me I don't want you to run for 3 weeks, it was, all right, I can't run for 3 weeks. I've got to find something else to do, It didn't happen, as it turned out. I really wasn't able to find anything that would give me some cardiovascular exercise and stay off my feet. But, it's important, I think, that when you're injured like that and you can't work out the way you want to, you've really got to have your nutrition spot on. Not to get into that, because that's really not the topic that we're talking about today. But it really is important. You've got to be spot on, because you're not going to lose any weight while you're not working out. So that's really the key. And the other thing is you got to stay motivated. Even though you can't get out there and work out, you got to stay motivated. And you got to be like, all right, I got 3 more weeks of this. I got 2 more weeks of this. And you got to do whatever you got to do. It's just like a professional athlete. When you get injured, you got to do what you got to do to be able to get out there as soon as you can and start at it again. Whether it means stretching or getting the rubber bands out or whatever it is you got to do, just to keep yourself moving, to keep yourself motivated. I couldn't walk, but I could definitely work out with resistance bands. I could definitely do crunches. I could definitely do a lot of things, and that's what I did. I found myself a lot of times, and like I said, I'm not a fan of strength training while you're trying to lose weight, but sometimes that's all you can do, and anything is better than nothing. That's the bottom line, especially when it comes to injuries. Anything is better than nothing. Sometimes you lose motivation, and especially during injury time, it's hard to stay motivated. Life can keep us from getting motivated. Kids can keep you from getting motivated. Work can keep you from getting motivated, and you've got to find ways to. And this is where you've got to be creative. You've got to find ways to get it in. Whether it's taking the kids, loading up a stroller, going to the park, and going walking, or going running, or getting them involved. I'm in a boot camp where people bring their kids to boot camp. Sometimes the kids work out, sometimes they just run around, play, and throw things. But it's what you got to do if you're going to get it in, and that's it. You just have to dig down. There's no secret. There's no formula. There's no pill. You just gotta to man up as much as you can man up, and you gotta do it. And that's the bottom line. Reading through this to make sure I don't miss anything, and I think that's it, man. That's all I got this week, guys. I hope you got something out of this. If not, I'll send you your money back. Anyway, guys, make sure you thumbs up. Don't thumbs down. Subscribe. Tell your friends. Come back and see us tomorrow for the Proof Weight Loss Surgery Works video. And come back and see me on Monday. Monday's going to be interesting for me because I'm going to be in Las Vegas Friday through Monday. And I'm traveling back in the afternoon. But I will try like hell to get a video to you on Monday. If not, I'll get it to you first thing Tuesday morning with another Proof Weight Loss Surgery Works vlog. Guys, have a wonderful week and take care.